This critique examines a YouTube script titled, "Right Before You Win, the Universe Will Show You This."
It's a spiritual and motivational monologue guiding viewers through the intense doubt and emotional resistance that immediately precedes a major personal breakthrough.
And the material possesses a profound emotional resonance and utilizes striking, vivid imagery to validate the listener's internal struggles.
Streamlining the emotional beats will prevent listener fatigue and significantly amplify the impact of the core message.
Let's get right into that weakness, because the script repeatedly circles the central concept of the breakthrough disguised as a breakdown.
Right.
But it does this without sufficiently advancing the narrative.
Yes, it utilizes multiple overlapping metaphors.
So many metaphors.
Too many. You have the earthquake in the cathedral of consciousness.
Which is huge.
It's massive.
But then the shadow moving into the basement of the psyche.
Yeah.
Then the miner stopping 1 centimeter from the diamond.
And the seed pushing through the dirt.
Exactly. And the text just dilutes its own momentum with all of this.
It causes the middle section to feel stagnant.
Completely stagnant. You're potentially exhausting the listener rather than uplifting them.
I mean, think about the cognitive load. You're asking someone who is already in a vulnerable, overwhelmed state to process 4 entirely distinct metaphorical frameworks for the exact same feeling.
You have to build a cathedral in your mind.
Right.
Then you have to construct a basement.
Then a mine shaft.
Then finally picture soil through it.
Which brings us to the suggestion here. We need to consolidate these metaphorical variations to create a clearer, linear progression of the listener's internal journey.
So how do we actually do that?
The narrative should move swiftly from the initial disorientation to the mechanics of the shadow, and finally to the resolution.
Allowing each metaphor to breathe?
Exact, rather than competing for attention.
Okay, let's give some concrete examples for how to fix this on the page.
Let's start with the earthquake in the Cathedral of Consciousness.
I love that line, by the way.
It's a great line. Use it exclusively to establish the initial problem and disorientation.
Just the opening hook.
Just the opening? Establish the problem.
Then transition directly into the concept of the shadow as the architect of that earthquake.
Okay. So removing the intermediate repetition about doubt.
Yes, cut that completely. The shadow gives the earthquake a source. It's the mechanic.
What about the miner and the seed?
Reserve the 1 centimeter from the diamond metaphor strictly for the climax to illustrate the danger of quitting.
And the seed?
Cut the seed metaphor entirely.
Entirely? It's such a classic image, though.
It is, but think about it. The climax is asking the listener to persevere, to make an active choice to keep going.
Right.
The miner is actively choosing to swing the pickaxe. It implies human agency.
And the seed?
Exactly. The seed represents passive, biological inevitability.
It grows because it has to.
Right. So if you use both, you're giving the listener conflicting subconscious instructions.
Are they supposed to sit in the dirt and wait or keep digging?
Exactly.
Removing the seed maintains a singular, focused visual for the breakthrough.
Integrating the engagement requests and promotional material more organically will preserve the deeply intimate, hypnotic tone of the piece.
This is a huge issue in this draft.
The weakness here is jarring. The script establishes this highly vulnerable, trance-like state.
It really does. It speaks directly to the subconscious.
But then this immersion is abruptly broken by these jarring shifts into standard YouTube calls to action.
It's tonal whiplash, suddenly asking the listener to hit that like button and subscribe early in the script, or halting the momentum to pitch the Beyond the Frequencies ebook. It completely shatters the intimate atmosphere
It pulls the audience out of their internal reflection.
and reminds them they are consuming a marketed product.
There is nothing quite like having a profound spiritual realization, only to be yelled at to smash the like button.
It acts as a massive friction point. If their defensive walls are down, a request to hit like instantly forces those walls back up.
The analytical mind is re-engaged.
And the trance is broken.
So the suggestion here is that we weave these necessary promotional and engagement elements seamlessly into the emotional narrative.
Yes, so they feel like an organic continuation of the listener's transformational process.
Rather than a commercial interruption.
Creators absolutely must promote their work. That's the reality. It's just about fixing the tonal collision.
Let's give some concrete examples of how to do that.
First step, remove the early request to like and subscribe entirely.
Just get rid of it.
Yes, in this specific genre, that early ask causes them to click away. The script is still building trust.
Okay, but what about the ebook pitch? They need to sell that.
Frame it as a natural integrated next step for those experiencing the frequency shift.
So instead of a direct pitch like, hey guys, buy my book.
Right, you could say something like, if you are ready to stabilize this unified signal, the step-by-step practices in beyond the frequencies are waiting for you below.
Oh, that's much better. It positions it as a tool for their immediate emotional needs.
It's a prescription for the pain you just diagnosed.
And we should mention, the script actually handles the final call to action perfectly.
It does. Keep the final call to action asking the listener to leave a single word in the comments as a timestamp on your transformation.
That successfully aligns engagement with the emotional weight of the content.
It turns a standard metric into a personal ritual.
Anchoring the abstract discussions of frequency and coherence with immediate, relatable physical sensations will make the concept of tending to the feeling much more accessible.
This is probably the most critical gap in the text.
Yeah, the weakness here is that the script heavily relies on conceptual and slightly esoteric jargon
Things like quantum field, electromagnetic field, conscious broadcasting.
to explain emotional states. And while the text eventually advises the listener to tend to the feeling,
The actual mechanics of how to do this remain vague and overly abstract for too long.
a listener experiencing the intense panic described in the text needs concrete grounding, not just quantum theory.
If I'm having a panic attack at 2 in the morning, the intellect is completely bypassed.
Right.
Telling a terrified person that their heart generates an electromagnetic field doesn't offer them a tangible lifeline.
To a panic brain, frequency means nothing.
But a clenched jaw means everything.
So the suggestion is to ground the abstract quantum concepts by immediately pairing them with visceral, physical descriptions of what the listener should physically do or feel when resistance sets in.
Expand on the somatic experiences to bridge the gap between high-level theory and actionable relief.
Okay, concrete examples. How do we translate this?
When discussing the heart's electromagnetic field overpowering the brain, immediately transition to a physical prompt.
Like what?
For example, notice the knot tightening in your stomach right now. That is your frequency. Put your hand on your chest, feel that physical resistance, and consciously drop your shoulders.
That puts the control literally back in their hands.
Exactly. And take the brief 10 seconds to be well breathing experiment that's currently buried in the text.
Yeah, it's just a throwaway line right now.
Expand it into a more prominent, anchoring centerpiece of the script.
Use it as the primary tool to demonstrate exactly how one shifts their frequency from divided to unified.
Guide them through the physical softening of the jaw, the dropping of the breath.
Because if tending to the feeling is the ultimate advice, they need a step-by-step physical walkthrough of what that looks like.
It turns a philosophical essay into a practical survival tool.
Exactly.
Well, to recap our critique today, we focused on streamlining overlapping metaphors to improve pacing and reduce cognitive load.
We also looked at organically integrating calls to action to protect the intimate tone.
And finally, grounding abstract quantum concepts into tangible physical exercise.
The actionable summary is to select one or two primary metaphors to carry the narrative, weave the ebook promotion smoothly into the emotional journey, and expand the physical grounding exercises to make the abstract theories highly actionable.
We invite you to revise your script based on these structural and tonal insights and submit it back to the critique for further review.
We would love to see the next draft.